Hello, everybody. So, back in 2020, I was quite desperate in all honesty, and I was looking for all of life's answers in all of the wrong places. I was asking all of the wrong questions to all of the wrong people. So I thought to myself, now that I've networked with many like-minded individuals and people with experience, slightly older than myself, but they have experience in what they do and they are successful in their areas that they've, say, worked in. So I thought, why wouldn't I bring these people together to do these Instagram lives, to create content, to ask these people who are successful in what they do and what they've done, to see what the sort of steps and the tips and tricks that they've learned along the way in their journey to share with you guys. To say you don't have to go through that pain that I went through myself, going around asking, like I say, all of the wrong people, all of the wrong questions. So I brought here now the right people to ask the right questions to hopefully get some of the right answers. So I've got my friend Jerry here. We got Jerry today. Let me try and invite Jerry up. Unless Jerry, here we go. Let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can get him up. Jerry, request, my friend. Yes, brother.
Good
Jerry, how we
morning, my
doing?
brother.
How
Good
we doing,
morning.
my friend?
You know exactly how I'm doing because you made me wake up so early for this.
Jerry, you wouldn't miss it for the world, though, right?
For you, I would do everything.
So,
Hello to
Jerry,
everybody who is joining. Oh, a lot of people joining. Hey,
Jerry,
Pico, how
thank
are
you
you?
so much for coming, my friend. So,
It's always
just
my
to
pleasure.
just to start with, like, we just tell a few of the guys, like, me and Jerry connected like about a year ago now, and we love to have good conversations. Like, both of us enjoy a good conversation. So,
Right.
really, both of us could probably talk for 24 hours. So, actually, I'm thinking one day, Jerry, me and you should team up live, maybe from Miami. We could do a 24-hour conversation.
A marathon.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, I have to say to everybody who's looking now, when Ryan asked me to join to do this for today, you're gonna see what it is. It's really nice with very nice questions. Um, I was asking like, okay, how many minutes can we speak? Because he loves to speak. I love to speak a lot too. So we were really like, okay, we have to try to, make it very compact. So I promise I won't speak too much
no,
today.
it's okay.
At
It's
least today,
okay.
at least today.
Yeah, yeah. No, look, we're gonna get the best bits. So I've got a sort of a structure here. How I run
Yeah.
these lives. Like I say, I want to get the most value from you, from your life journey and your experience for, say, the audience. So to start with, Jerry, my friend, for anyone who doesn't know you and that's just joining today, could you maybe explain, say, some of your life's journey? Maybe what life looked like for you, say, focusing maybe on your 20s, focusing on some of, say, the
Ooh,
challenges that you went through throughout your, say, early career,
that's a
and
2 hour thing.
some of the
Today.
things, some of the things that you had to do in order to get you to where you are today.
Even in my 20s, you said.
Yeah, 20s, growing up through your 20s, obviously in your
Okay.
career, DJing. Talk to us about some of that as well.
Look, I think a lot of people can relate to what I'm gonna say because there is a lot of envy. Is it envy or envy? Envy, right? Envy. Jealousy and people who love to break you down even before that you started something. So I remember in my 20s, even a little bit less, younger, I really wanted to be a DJ. But I always was, and I'm still am. I'm going to turn how much 51 this year, and I always said like, okay, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it big, but not because I wanted to be famous, just because I wanted to see if me with my both hands in my head, I could be a big DJ. I was living back then in Malaga, in the south of Spain, very beautiful place, and I was playing in bars and then clubs, and it was going up, but I knew there was a cap, and I said, no, if I do this, I'm going to do this internationally. So when I was talking about this with friends, we were all laughing. Come on, you're just a teacher. Where do you want to go? To France? It's very close, maybe. I said, no, I want to do the world. I want to do the world. So really, people, laughing at me in my face. And then, but, which is nice at the end because that's the best filter. So, oh, that's an ass. Fuck that. I'm going to keep concentrating and focusing on the nice people. Say, well, then why not? Just try it out, And actually, I have still those good friends from back then with whom I was actually speaking like 45 minutes ago. So this friendship is real. But now, what did I have to do? Go against my parents? Very heavy stuff. Very against my parents. My parents were like, no DJ. Though my father actually was a very famous artist. Yeah, 35 years ago. No, what, 35, 50 years ago now. And he didn't want me to DJ. So at the end of the day, it was okay. What am I going to do? I mean, if I keep listening to him, I'm not going to DJ. I'm not going to get there where I want to get. And big problems happen, of course. I had to escape home. Police was bringing me back. I was escaping back. And then one day, because my father didn't want to have me at home, the police was bringing me back. So one day I said to the police and my dad at the front of the door of the house, say, okay, hold on. Why don't you both talk? Because he doesn't want me here. You want me to bring me back. I don't want to stay here either. So why don't we make a deal now? And basta, so I can do the things. Still very bad relationship with my parents nowadays, I have to say, I have to admit, and awfully sad it is like that. And then, well, you say, okay, I'm gonna go for it. So I just left. I left to Brazil. And then I was really DJing and producing with my cousin who lives in Belgium, actually, not in Brazil. And very, very good. I don't know if some people remember NBG, Natural Bone Grooves, was big back then. And then I started producing. And I said, okay, same thing. Okay, if I'm going to produce music, I'm not just going to produce and put the record down and that's it. I have to have at least one record which is going to be famous, the record, not me, the record for forever. And that wherever I'm going to go DJ around the globe, people will know that song. So I've made it. Because people also say to me, yeah, Jerry, you make a lot of hits. No, that's not true. I make one record, maybe that's a bomb. Everybody knows, then I make another 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 records that no record company wants to have. And then the next one is another bomb. So what do I mean with that? Consistency. We hear this 1,000 times and we read this 1,000 times here on social media, but it's really true, consistency, because in that path of the 50, 60, 70 tracks that I did till the next hit, if I would have stopped, I would have lost, and then, why bother do everything? So this was a little bit, the big fights, my parents living alone, build up a little home in a garage that I rented. But really, this typical garage that you open, like, and then that was the big place for 3 cars, and then inside I made like a little, homey, and well, you're living like a piece of shit, and he said, but well, I don't care because I'm doing what I like. So if this is the price I have to pay for now, yeah, let's go for it. Why not? That's it, more or less.
Jerry, thank you so much, my friend, for sharing that with us. So,
yeah,
a lot of the things there that stood out for me was how sort of people didn't want you to progress and go after what you want. So you would say, the way that I like to use like the analogy is, say, crabs in a bucket. So when you go to the seaside, right, you got a bucket of crabs, and there's always that one crab that tries to get up to escape, to get out of the bucket. But then there's always the rest of the crabs dragging him back down, or the crab back down. And it always drags that one crab back down, like it's just on the edge to tip over, to escape, to go free, to go and see the rest of the world. And
right.
it gets dragged back into the bucket and it can't make its way out. So from what you were saying there, you had, say, family members, friends, trying to drag you back to their comfort zone, because they were like, no, you can't do that. Don't go after that. But then you said, Jerry, if you're going to do it, you wanted to go big, not to become famous, but to create a legacy, to create something that's going to last, right? So talk to us about legacy.
Yeah, legacy, and also just also to challenge myself. I love to challenge myself. I'm doing the same thing now every day with every new business I try to go in, or I am doing at the moment. And whatever business you go in and you try to do something and you're nobody, people is gonna laugh. So I'm already trained in this shit. So, so okay, let them laugh. At the end, they will say, "Oh, Jerry, look, my friend, I know the drill perfectly." So, look, when I started DJing, that happened. When I started doing music production, that happened too. When I decided to become a trained psychotherapist, people was like, "You're just a DJ. What the hell are you gonna talk about? But you crazy yourself." No, because I'm bipolar. How do you want to be now a trained psychotherapist? Friends of mine were saying like, okay, ciao, which are who were not really friends, okay. And then I started one post, another video. And then I started having traction. Then people really believe in what I was saying because I'm speaking about my life. I'm not lying, and I'm speaking about my own disorder, which I have. Period. So this was really beautiful to see a lot of unnecessary friends unfollowing me, but then really very nice people starting to follow me. So I said, okay, you know what? I made it again. This is for me a hit because I really went from that to that. And, this is my biggest satisfaction. Of course, I'm not talking just the satisfaction of helping people and really giving them a new life when I give them an NLP session, for example, but also for me to say, I became. And when I started the whole, and people, you have to listen to this, when I started the whole psychotherapy thing, I was 46 because I saw that the music industry was really declining and declining, declining. So, we have to pivot. That's for sure. Always in life, we have to be, very, very attent to say, okay, what's going to happen? What will I do if that happens? This is not being worried, it's being intelligent and make a little plan. So when I started really a new career with 46 years old to start studying again, I didn't know even what was studying anymore. I didn't do that in years. But then I became this. It was like, okay, wow, you know, now I forget about that diploma, the 2 or 3 diplomas I have. Now what I'm going to focus is on what I just learned and what I feel and what I know I can do and start helping people. And it works. So, people, even if they laugh at you, the laugh at you is the motor. The laugh at you is the gasoline. Fuck them. I'm sorry that I speak like this, but whatever. It's like that. Let them laugh. And you know what? 80% of these people nowadays is still stuck there where I saw them last time. you know, but I don't laugh about them. I feel just sad because I'm not like them. I don't laugh at people ever. Why? Who the hell is Ropero to come and judge somebody? Never. I think this is a very interesting point. You know.
It just goes back to also there, Jerry, like you mentioned, those same people, the ones that laughed at the start, are still in exactly the same position. So it's like
Yeah,
those crabs in the bucket. Those crabs that are
I'm
dragging
still
you
in the
back
bucket.
down, they're still in exactly the same bucket. They don't know anything different
No.
but the walls of that bucket. That's all they
Yeah.
know. So again, something you said there that really stood out at the start was about how other people laugh. They don't believe in you until you've got results. Other people will
Yep.
never believe in you until you've got results in that specific thing. But so many people let their ego stop them from starting. So, for instance, they'll be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with this, so I'm not going to start. I don't know how to do
Exactly.
that. I'm not going to start. So then you never actually try something. But so many people don't realize that failure is just success in progress. Like failure is the essential stepping stones in order to
It's
get to the
amazing.
success that you want. So talk to us about the psychotherapy.
What do you want me to tell you?
Talk to us, how did you get into it? Like you say, you
Oh
started
yeah,
at
yeah.
what,
How?
43, do you say? 43 years old?
40, no, 47, 46.
46 years old. So
Yeah.
what, say, got you into that? Talk to us a little about what got you into it.
I think I talk a lot about this on the internet and social media because I love to talk about that. So all of a sudden, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, I don't remember actually, but they diagnosed me with a bipolar disorder, bipolar 2. That's the depressed side. So, of course, I was DJ. I was traveling around the world. I did everything what I had to do concerning drugs, women, everything. Exactly, actually, what the let's say is a little bit the image of what the DJ is. Okay, it's not always like that. So I don't put everybody in the same basket. But I have to say, I had a really great DJ life. Um, but then when they started when they diagnosed me as bipolar 2 disorder, and actually I was really depressed many times, too many times, and really going always there, reaching the suicide thoughts and attempt. I had two suicide attempts, I have to say. Um, so when I got in that with a psychiatrist with great medication, though a lot of people is against the pharmaca industry, but that's bullshit because they're helping us. It's not that they're killing us. And I'm advocating for that because look, I'm not dead and I'm really having a much better life than back then before I was on medication. But what triggered me to learn all this is the therapy that I was becoming, that I was getting. I'm sorry. So I was on medication plus on therapy. You cannot be just on medication or just on therapy. These are two things, they have to go hand in hand. So I was like going to therapy, loving to go to therapy, but also because I'm very observative and I want to know things. Okay, it's not like just I'm going to therapy. No, I'm like, okay, I'm going to therapy. I want to know what they're doing with me because I was like, they're just talking to me like I'm talking with you right now, but they were fixing my subconscious. They were fixing the whole brain engine. I don't know how they were doing, but I was feeling amazing. So I said, I want to learn this. I want to do this to other people because sadly enough, I know a lot of people in the music industry, in the DJ world, who are really sad, depressed, with a lot of traumas, phobias, I don't know what. And then beside that, I fell in love when the first time I saw uh, a video of Richard Bandler. To me, the real, I don't want to take credit away from John Grinder, but uh, I was amazed about how he was talking. I think I've seen all the videos of Richard Bandler, which you can find on the internet, and I was amazed by that. I said, "This is what I want to do. Not only the psychotherapy, these two, and NLP." I repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated. It's the best method, really the best method to help people, always. So I said, I need to learn this because I know this guy is fucked up, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna help him. And then that's how I came into the whole thing. And I repeated again. I got gold records. I got platinum records. Of course, you just like, wow, I got a platinum record, for my record, for the work I've done, for the fun I had. Very important. But now the satisfaction of somebody coming to me and they're very depressed, because depressed is not a very mainstream word. Not everybody's depressed. They're just, I think, tired. And then after an hour, half an hour, 1.5 hours speaking with them, and they're doing good again. They're great. They're great. And that's it. I'm not the guy who's asking for reviews with patients. I call them patients. Because I don't think I have to sell myself. I don't think that I the goal was to help that person, not to have a review on Google. You know, people will know. People know who I am, and people, well, if they want to come and have therapy with me, come because it's big fun. It's big fun. I'm not the typical guy who goes, okay, well, tell me about and is it hurting right now? Is it hurting? Why? I'm a therapist. I'm not I don't know, sadomasochist or something like that. So that's it. And this is what I'm doing mostly, actually, nowadays. It's very nice.
Yeah, like I think sometimes pain presents purpose. Like when we go through, say, painful experiences in our life, quite
Yeah,
often that turns into our purpose. Like you mentioned, Jerry, which we then used the pain that we was going through and then got through ourselves with the help of
Right.
someone else
Right.
to use to help other people as well. So it's just a knock-on effect. So what we went through, we almost use it as like a guidebook to then help other people get from where they currently are to where they
Right.
want to be also.
Right. 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 Cool.
So Jerry, I've got 5 questions here that you know about, so I'm gonna read them off. So the first
Okay,
one,
first, wait. I have to interrupt you. First of
okay,
all,
go for
thank
it.
you.
Go.
No, thank you to everybody who's writing here because they're writing really beautiful things, and thank you for that. Look here, the last one I'm reading, Alfredo, he said, from another bipolar warrior to another. It's true, because I know him. He's bipolar too, and but really, a lot of people is really writing beautiful things. Thank you so much for that. And now we go with the questions.
Thanks, Jerry.
Ding!
Thanks, Jerry. And yeah, no, thank you everybody as well for coming on. Really do appreciate you guys for coming on. So yeah, the first question, Jerry, that I'd like to ask you is, what is the one best piece of advice that you have ever received and why?
Best advice, always from my grandmother, always. And she said, stop worrying about nonsense. That's it. Look, my grandma is 99 years old. She's gonna turn now in May, 99 years old. And she's like, why are you telling me this? Are you worried about that? Well, not really. Good. Let's watch the movie now. And that's her way of thinking, and that's what I am actually copying. It's not easy. I know it's not easy, but at the end of the day, life is too beautiful to be worrying. I'm sorry. So that's the best piece of advice from my grandmother. Stop worrying about bullshit. Nonsense, in her words.
Yeah, no, I love that. And we actually talked about this last time we come on live because before this, I was just cutting up some videos from our previous live. And
Oh,
one of the
nice.
parts in there was we all, or the majority of us, worry about
Yeah,
things. And when we do worry about these things, it is about bullshit. It's about things that are totally out of our control. So it's just
yeah.
about controlling the controllables. Focus on the things that you can control, and the things that you can't, it's just a waste of time and energy. So yeah, that's
You
a
know,
great piece of advice there.
and actually, it's true because when you worry about nonsense, not worrying about, sometimes you have to worry about something, but nonsense, normally it never happens later. You're worrying about this bullshit, and this bullshit is not even happening. Don't worry about nonsense.
Yeah, no, so true. So the flip side of that question then, Jerry, would be,
The
what is the
worst.
worst piece of advice that you have ever received and acted on, and what was the result?
And I acted on it.
Yeah, and what was the result?
Whew. Hey, that's a tough question now. That's a very tough question. The worst piece of advice that I got in my life, which I reacted on, what happened then? I think actually the worst piece of advice was from my father. You know, don't go to that club. They will never, never, never give you a contract. Well, I ended up being the main DJ and actually the manager of the club. So it was a bad advice that I took. No, that was actually then a good advice. It's not the answer to your question. Hold on, I have to think. Bad advice. I got so much bad advice in my life. I'm still getting a lot of bad advice. Like, I don't know, don't eat this, and then, well, I don't know, like my ex-wife, for example, she was saying like, okay, don't eat this because you're gonna get really sick. So I listened to her and I actually got very sick. Yes, stupid thing, stupid thing. But it's true. The first thing popping in my mind, though she was a very amazing wife, I have to say. I still have contact with my ex-wife. You know why? Because I don't like to be angry with anybody. I'm being angry with people is stupid. It
Mm.
stresses them. Who the fuck cares about that? So yeah, I think this is what just popped in my mind. Or you mean career-wise, maybe?
Yeah, if you got any, yeah, hit us with a
Oh yeah,
career one.
career-wise,
Damn,
I
you got a
can give you
career
a lot
one.
of bad advice. Uh, don't bring that record out. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I remember. I had an idea with a little piece of a song from the movie Jesus Christ Superstar, a very old movie, and that little sample was I will remember. Okay, so I go with this little piece, and I go to friends of my producers from Germany. I'm not going to say the name. And I said, look, I have the idea. I'm going to do a production with this sample. No, forget about it. What is this bullshit? Not even 30-second sample. So yeah, but I know. I hear it in my head. I know this is going to be a hit. No, 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 no. Stop. Really, don't do that. I tried. I didn't. I listened. I listened to them. 7 months later, they did the production with my sample, and they got a really huge world hit. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine. I'm a producer, not a singer, and but people will remember that. And yeah, well, okay, I should have not listened to them do the production, and maybe I had a hit. So, but this happens a lot.
Mm. So then, what I'd like to ask you now then, Jerry, is say, like, I believe growing up and getting older and learning and, yeah, a big part of, say, growing up through life, it is about learning things. But there's also a huge part, or even bigger part sometimes, which is unlearning. Unlearning a lot of that, say, programming that's been put onto us, say, growing up through childhood, etc. So what was the main thing that you had to unlearn from your childhood?
The main thing that I had to unlearn from my childhood, I was trained, let's say, by my father, and he always said, things will come when they have to come. And that's not Jerry. And I was doing that, but then I saw I was not progressing at all because actually I'm born a go-getter. Things will come, but no, they don't come. I have to go get them. That's it. Finito. And I had to unlearn that. And I had really to unlearn that because it was so anchored in my head. I'm gonna say my head because the head is everything. Head, brain, unconscious, unconscious, subconscious, etc. It was really branded, you know, until I knew and I said, "Why the hell am I listening to this? I have to unlearn this. I have to go with who I am, with my character. I go." A lot of people say, because I'm living in Miami now, don't go to Miami, man. It's very, the States is very difficult, blah, 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 blah. So if I would have listened to them, I'm still sitting somewhere in Europe and thinking about how much I would maybe enjoy being in the United States and you know, with all the opportunities here to do different things than just music. Because I don't want to be stuck just to music. I want to do different things. Look, I'm a therapist too, but I want to do other things. I'm an entrepreneur. You see? So to me, I always said selling records or selling potatoes is the same. You have to sell. So, and I will post something very important, very interesting at the end of this week. You will see another adventure I'm getting in. And all this wouldn't have happened if I would have listened to the advice of my father. Wait till the things come, because I don't think they come. The only thing what I have to wait for, and it's gonna come one day, is Mr. Death, and he's gonna take me with him. This I can do, and I don't want to go get it. That's the only thing I don't want to go get it. You know, okay, this I'm gonna wait. I hope he's going to forget, you know, that I exist for the next 45 years, because I love my life.
Mm.
Bipolar or not bipolar, or having had a mini brain stroke 3.5 years ago, fuck that. I love my life. That's it.
What you said there, Jerry, as well about, like, say, your dad saying to wait and the right things will come and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, to a point, I
It
can.
doesn't work for me.
No,
Well,
oh,
sir,
yeah,
for other people, maybe, you know. As soon as everybody is happy, it's okay. They can believe and do whatever they want. But it didn't work for me, definitely, because it's against my nature. So sorry I interrupted you.
no, that's okay. Look, like you say, it can wait in. Like, there is a time and a place for waiting. Like, we have to wait for things to unfold to a point. But it's like the way that I like to compare it to is, say, when people talk
Yes.
about the law of attraction. The
Yes.
law of attraction doesn't work without the law of action. And
Bravo. Very
and
good said.
and progress is the byproduct of taking action. So you take that action, things
Right.
will come towards you. Like, it might not be the right things, but also going back to what you said earlier, it may say be the wrong things or not the things that you was after come towards you, but then you just learn to pivot. But by not
Yeah.
making any movement, you're going to be like those crabs in that bucket, still in exactly the same position.
Yes. Yes. That's what I've been trying to avoid. And I think I've been successful in this, in getting out of the bucket and say, you guys can stay there. A lot of them have been eaten already. Other ones like just like one leg, and the other one look very gray. So no, bye bye. No,
Well,
no,
that's
no, no.
it. Like,
What you said with the unfolding thing is okay, but there's one thing. I mean, I don't want to be confusing people, because one thing is that I'm a go-getter, but I'm also have patience. So let's say I'm gonna go for that business. I really want to be involved in that. Now, when I am inside, of course, the business has to start growing and developing and unfolding. There I have patience. There I wait until it comes, but a calculated waiting. This is very important too. Just don't wait. Yeah, no, no. But this project is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And then like it's 17 years later, the project still is not their idea. Amazing, of course, because everybody we have amazing ideas. But then to unfold, like you say, you have to wait. That's for sure. Calculating waiting. So this is a little bit the difference. I go get it, and when I have it, I wait with patience to unfold, and then we'll see what we do. But in the backside, I'm already doing something else, just in case it doesn't unfold like I wanted it, which has happened a lot of times too. A lot of times.
so many people, Jerry, like, they always say to themselves, like, I'm waiting for the right time or the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Like, the only time is now. So, like, what you're saying
Yeah.
there, yeah, it's totally understandable. Like, delayed gratification. We need to let things have the specific amount of time in order to, say,
Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
rewards.
Yeah.
Like, you don't pick the fruit the day you plant the seed. Like, the tree doesn't grow overnight. Like, you got to
I
wait for
like that. I like
things.
that.
You got to
It's
wait for
very
things to
beautiful
grow.
metaphor.
And so many people just get caught on that, say, waiting stage. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. If you just wait forever, you will be waiting for the rest of your life, because if you don't get off your ass or get off the sofa and go out there and, say, create these opportunities for yourself,
Yes.
you're not going to attract opportunities sat watching the TV from home.
My words, brother. My words. My
So,
words.
Jerry,
My
next
words. I
question, my
can only
friend.
congratulate. Oh, next question. Let's go for it. Surprise me.
Next question, my friend. So,
I like
I'd
it.
like to ask you, Jerry, what is the greatest lesson that you have learned from your most painful experience?
Oh, been so many. Wait. Okay, people, actually, Ryan sent me already those questions so I could think about. As you see, I've thought a lot about. Wait. Uh, the best lesson I got from the most painful experience, was that the question? Uh-huh. Boy, it's gonna sound very, very cliche. Gonna sound very cliche. When my ex-wife and me, we separated actually. Um, I was in a very bad shape. She was too, actually. But I've learned that I don't have to take anything so for granted, because it can go bollocks in a minute too. So relationships and business relationships, friends relationships, I think that, yeah, I agree to what I read sometimes in social media or what I hear from other guys. You really have to give water to the plant every day. If you forget 3 or 4 days, it's going to start. So you have to be actively proactive working on this always, always. Um, this is a lesson that I will never forget, because everything was amazing with her. Everything, the relationship, the marriage, everything. She's an artist, so it was really like compenetration, perfect. But then all of a sudden it was gone. And I didn't even understood why it was gone. And that was even more painful, the why, until I understood. I have to stop asking myself why. I just have to accept it's finished. That's it. Move on. And I think this was one of my most painful uh, moments in my life, at least in my private life. Yeah, yeah,
So you're talking about, say, acceptance
yeah,
mainly there. Yeah. So when
yeah,
we go through these painful experiences in life, quite often we don't want to accept the actual outcome. Like we didn't ask for, say, that specific outcome,
yeah, yeah.
but the hardest part is acceptance. But before you say can actually accept that situation for what it is, you're not going to be able
Right.
to move on.
Hey, Samuel. I want to say hi to Samuel Leeds officially. He's from the UK. He's an amazing guy. I follow him actually. You guys should follow him. Look here, Samuel. Um, I'm scrolling. Samuel Leeds official. Very interesting guy. Amazing brain. Amazing how he does everything. And I don't want to speak more about what he does. It's really, really great guy. Um, Acceptance. Yes, you have to accept sometimes the things the way they are, and don't try to change them because you're going to be wasting time. It's not going to change. It's I cannot change that my marriage went bollocks. So that's it. Now I opted for something much better, and I said, okay, of course, after the pain. Okay, so I said, good. This is what happened. I'm moving on. But at the same side, nowadays, and I'm talking about this breakup 7 years ago now. Nowadays, we are very good friends, and we speak a lot, at least 1, 2 times a week. You know, it's not like if some women here listen, oh, this guy is needy still from his ex-wife. No, 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 no. She's just a very good friend. She knows me very well. My God, we were married, and the relationship I have with her now is even 1,000 times better than the marriage itself. It's very cool. It's very cool. So, and why? Because nowadays, I am giving that friend's relationship enough water to stay alive. This is nice. I swear to God, this is nice. Very nice.
I mean, it just makes me happy as well, like when you said that, Jerry, because I've been through that, say, relationship breakup myself, and it was literally destroyed me, but it also made me. So it's, say,
Yeah.
probably the worst thing that had ever happened to me at that moment in time. But then years back, looking back at the situation, it was the best thing that could have ever happened.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
yourself, not like I'm speaking to her, because we don't speak, we're not in contact anymore. Like
Okay.
that's
Okay.
fine, but
Oh, that's okay.
you said there you went through that breakup. You didn't really want to accept it at the start, but then you did learn to accept it, and
Yeah.
then a period of time down the line, you actually now look back on that relationship, and you're now in even better relationship, which is now you're good friends and you speak to each other multiple times a week, and it's now an even better relationship from what
Right.
the actual
Yeah.
the partnership was, So that's so
Yeah.
nice to hear. So it's
Yeah.
good,
Yeah. 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 It's
So
beautiful. Because
Jerry,
you know
one,
what? I'm giving a little advice, maybe. When you have a breakup, is it with a girlfriend, wife, business partner, or something? Try not to hate that person because of the outcome, what happened at the end, or how it happened at the end. We're all humans. We all get angry. We all do bullshit. Okay, me, I'm the first one who doing that. But try to focus on why you came together back then. Why did you marry this woman? And then when you think about that, you think about the marriage and you think how you met and the things you did, then you have this happy feeling coming in and you live much better than being always focused on, fuck. And this could have been amazing. I could have 2 kids, and I wanted to be a father and blah, 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 blah. Why think like that? What a waste of time. Focus on the beautiful thing and say, I married her because I was really in love with her. And I love this woman. That's it. Same with the business partner. We came together because we had an amazing idea. We wanted to do this together. Well, it didn't work out, and maybe then we were angry one with the other because you start like, but yeah, this is your fault. That's your fault. And then okay, I will never speak with this guy anymore. You know, no, 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 no. That's bollocks. Focus on why did you come together. Have that feeling there repeating. To do this much better.
I think it's super important to look at all the good things in that relationship, but also look at all of the lessons, all of the things that you've learned from that relationship. Because I know from my point of view, I learned so much. Now that I look back on that relationship, I learned some priceless lessons, like life lessons that cannot be bought and will never be able to get bought. So look for the lessons, but also
Right.
letting go of that, say, pain and the anger, because you mentioned anger there. And so many people said to me about the relationship breakup and even my brain injury. They said, are you not upset? Are you not annoyed? Are you not angry with those people that, say, once caused you pain? And as much as I probably was to start with, I learned to flip it into forgiveness, because
Yeah.
anger is one letter away from the word danger.
Yeah.
Anger is the wind that blows out the lamp of the mind.
Very
And
good.
holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. But forgiveness is the antidote. So you need to learn to forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Because if you hold on to that, say, past pain, it may hold you back there forever. So you need to let go and grow.
Yeah, I like that. You need to let go and grow. That's the slogan for today.
Yes. So Jerry,
Let's
one
go. Yeah.
one final question, my friend, before we wrap up today.
Fine already. Okay.
Jerry, right, so my friend, knowing what you know now, what one piece of advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
Oof. I mean, definitely do the same thing. Exactly the same thing. And I would never say, or I would never tell him the tricks. He has to learn himself. Um, but don't be impulsive. I think impulsivity can, break everything. Just think a little bit. And what is thinking a little bit? Like 3 minutes. What is 3 minutes in your life? But these 3 minutes can stop impulsivity and can stop you from doing something which is going to hurt you. Though again, you have to pass the lessons. This is like it's like a driver's license test. Jesus Christ, you have to learn this and you have to do this, you have to fail that, and then you have to go with the car again and again until you can park. Good. So I'm not gonna say to my younger 20 years old Jerry, say I'm gonna tell you how to park, but I'm gonna tell him just do exactly the same things, but try not to be that impulsive. Because I was really impulsive back then. Too much, I think. Too much. I'm a Taurus. Maybe that's why. No, but yeah, that's my advice. Please be less impulsive and just take, 2 or 3 minutes to think about that. It's 2 or 3 minutes that can really change your life.
Jerry, do you have any, say, examples there where you were, say, impulsive back then?
Oh yeah. Um, Many of them. In let's say in relationships, it was like, okay, if you don't believe the same thing like me, why should we talk about this? This is not worth it, and ciao. Instead of thinking and saying, listen to the other people, observe the way she's talking, um, learn something from what she's saying. But the most important thing is listen, but listen to what this person is saying, not just listen because you're making already the plan of what I'm going to answer, because then you're not listening. And this would have saved me a lot of troubles, definitely. And in the career part, like going to a record label, and a record label, this it's not good enough, and change the baseline. I was like, well, I'm going to change the baseline. It's my baseline. That's the way I like it. Yes, Jerry, but if you would put like this note here and this key here, we have a little bit more experience than you because you're 21. Nope. Either you get the track the way it is or nothing. Nothing then. So I was like very proud. I said no to these guys, but I was sitting at home with the record and that's it. Nobody was listening to the record because they didn't sign it. So yeah, this impulsivity, just think a little bit. Yeah, think a little bit. We have time. We have so much time. But we are all 20 and we think, we're gonna die real quick, so we want to do everything at the same time and this and that and this and that and this and that. We're exploring. For God's sake, we're young. But this impulsivity, yes, that would be my advice. Please think 3 minutes about what you're doing or what you're going to do. What to say. What to say. Because if you don't think, you can hurt a lot of people. I mean, you can hurt people like this, and that's not why we're here. Think. Just 3 minutes. Think.
I mean, that's sound advice, I think, Jerry. Really sound advice. Just give it 3 minutes, think
Yeah.
things over, because we can just jump at the moment and just go for it, whatever that is. Like, we don't give our brain time to tick over and just
No, because you're
process
impulsive.
things.
It's like I want to say that, and you're stressed. The whole body is stressed. The brain is stressed, and the brain is like full power, waiting for boom to say this or to do that. You don't have those 3 minutes because you don't know. Nobody told you, and then nobody said, "Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second." It's like with the emails. I'm sorry, we're talking too much, but you're gonna cut it later anyway. With emails, sometimes they send me an email like this, and it's everything but beautiful words to me. Good. So this would have happened when I was 20. Oh, I would have taken my computer and write him a triple long email saying even worse about it. And at the end, like, who the fuck do you think you are and you're talking to? Which wouldn't have helped anything or fix anything and make everything worse. Now I get an email where they, complimented me for something in the negative way. I still get this, because sorry, I'm Spanish, we have boiling blood. But I said, okay, I'm gonna read it tomorrow again, and then I do other things. I just do other things, and then when I read that email next day, it's really not that bad as what I thought yesterday. So I am capable to answer to that email with 3 or 4 lines and keep the peace. Because I don't want to be stressed the whole day because of one email from just one guy sent me because it was his opinion. It's okay, it's his opinion. What can I do? I can't change it. What I can change is to keep the peace for myself. Like you said, like 10 minutes ago, it's about peace. Because if I'm going to be stressed because of that email, if I read that email at 10 o'clock in the morning, I cannot focus on anything anymore on what's going to happen in the day. For one email from one guy, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. No, I answer tomorrow in another mood. In any place.
So, what I like to use there is a quote, and it says, "When emotion is high, logic is low."
Oh,
Because we get
big
these
words.
emails come through, big email like that, just
Big
blah blah blah
words.
blah, and we're looking at this email and we're like, I just want to get back and bite back at them. But we need to learn to control our emotions, take that 3 minute thinking time, take a breather, and learn to say reply and respond rather than react. Because when you're in
Beautiful.
a place of reaction, you're not really going to do the best thing. Like, that's what I found from my own experience.
3 minutes, bro. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes.
So, Jerry, I just want to say thanks so much, my friend, for coming on again.
It's over
And
again?
we're up now, but look, we're going to do a 24-hour live. I know we
Yeah.
are. But Jerry, everyone that's come on today, and there's a few people here now still. If anyone wants to reach out to you, check out what you're doing, learn a bit more about you, what's the best way that they can do that, Jerry?
Oh, Instagram. And I always answer to what people is writing. Oh, this is one thing I want to say. Look, people, a lot of people is doing as if they're very busy. Okay, so if they don't answer you, but you see that they're posting stuff, and maybe you go back to the DM and you see seen, and you don't get a response back, don't think it's because of you. It's because of them doing like, you know. So this is very important. So if you write me, I promise I always answer. I have a lot of followers, but I really always answer, even if it's just with an emoticon. But I answer because this is me showing respect to that person that took his or her time to write me. I think this is very important. This is very important. Even if you have to say no, I'm not interested, or no, right now I can't, or whatever, whatever. But say it, just say it, and give that person also the peace, and don't. Then you don't look like a fucking diva, Ropero here, music producer, therapist, because I'm not. Yeah, well, I am what I just said, but I'm not a diva. That's what I mean. So yeah, it's just about respect.
I
So
mean,
yeah, you can find me
that
in
is
J
so
Ropero
important.
official.
There we go, guys. Jerry Ropero official. I'm gonna tag it in this as well. But Jerry, that's just
Thank you.
reminded me. Actually, I need to reply to somebody that sent me a message about wanting me to go on a podcast of theirs, and I haven't replied yet because I've had so much things going on.
Come on,
It's not
go,
that
go.
person at all. It's nothing to do with that person. It's to do with me. It's not a priority of mine at the moment, so it's almost at the back of the queue.
Right.
But I will get back to him. And now that you've just reminded me, I'm going to do it right now, actually, because I've got a little bit of spare time. So thank you, Jerry, and
You see,
thank you
guys, I'm
everybody for
actually
coming
working
on.
as his assistant.
Yeah,
People
there we
didn't
go.
know that.
There we go.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, everyone,
everybody.
for coming on. Jerry, thank you, my friend, and we'll
Thank
catch
you,
up
my
soon,
brother.
everybody.
Yeah, always.
Bye bye.
You save this now. Oh yeah, I don't know how to
I'm going
save
to
this.
save it now. I'm going to save it. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.